What's up guys, David Moss Jr. here, and I've tested and reviewed more residential saunas than probably anybody else on YouTube. And in this video, we're gonna talk about what makes the best outdoor sauna. Let's get right into it. If you're looking at a sauna today, chances are 9 out of 10 of them are gonna be made out of cedar, which for good reason. Cedar is one of the most used woods in saunas and has been for a very long time because it resists rotting. It stays true to its size better than most of the other woods, even though there is gonna be some adjusting that will happen with humidity and different temperature changes, and it resists insects, plus it smells really nice. But one of the biggest things that happens with a cedar sauna is it fades. Let me show you one material that I found that works just a little bit better than cedar. So this right here behind me is one of the only truly outdoor rated full spectrum infrared saunas, and it's the Luminar 5 by Sun Home Saunas. And it is truly outdoor rated. I should know I have had this thing out here for almost 2 years now, and it still looks brand new. The reason being, they are now using a patented aerospace grade aluminum, and it's black, and it's sick, and it's stealthy on the outside, the entire outside of this sauna. And what it does is it prevents and actually like fully eliminates the scare of it degrading, of it rotting, of it discoloring, of it warping. It just stays exactly true, and it looks super, super cool too. The next thing we need to talk about when it comes to a sauna and making sure it's truly rated for the outdoors is gonna be the roof. And of course, the flat roofs look really, really cool. But a few things that we need to note is when it rains, when it snows, when the elements hit that roof, where is it all going? Is it gonna just sit on the roof there, or can it come off? And that's why you look at a sauna like this is gonna have a roof kit, which has a tar piece of paper that goes around the outside, protecting the inside. Or most of the saunas you see are gonna have a slanted roof, or the barrel saunas. But the problem with the barrel saunas is almost all of them don't come with an outdoor rated roof kit. You're gonna have to buy that separately, and many of them don't even offer that as a kit. So if you just buy a barrel sauna and you put it outside and you don't have anything protecting that, anytime it rains, anytime it snows, you are going to get those elements inside your sauna. And over time, that is not good for an outdoor sauna. But now let's talk about something that really is changing the game. We're back over here at the Luminar 5 from Sun Home Saunas. And if you look at it from this angle, it looks like it just has a flat roof. But here's the difference. That is a stainless steel roof cap that covers every corner and every side of that roof, keeping all the elements out. The other thing that's really interesting is it has a subtle, almost tripped, is it has a subtle pitch. Let me show you. Got my handy dandy level here. So it's pitched in such a way that it looks beautiful from the front. It looks like a flat roof from the front, but it is a stainless steel black metal roof, and it's pitched so that water and rain are gonna just fall right off the top. So there's no weight bearing on the roof at all, which is great. And the roof is one really, really important topic, but what's another really important topic? Well, it's the glass. Almost every outdoor sauna you see is gonna have glass, whether it's glass on the side, glass on the door, or an entire glass front like you see here. And if you're looking at this glass and you're wondering, why is it black and tinted? Is it just to look like Batman's sauna? The answer is probably, yeah, it looks really cool. It's an all black sauna and it's outside here in Florida. It looks sick. But the other reason is being that it's black tinted glass on here, it actually has improved thermal efficiency. So what that does is it keeps the elemental weather and temperature outside, and helps keep the heat inside your sauna. When you have clear glass like you see on pretty much every other sauna, unfortunately there's really no thermal efficiency there. It looks really cool and you can see out really well, but you can equally see out really well from this. Now this brings me to a really interesting topic, and this is the actual insulation of the wood itself. When you think about most barrel saunas, not most, when you think about all barrel saunas, they're usually 2x4, 2x6, or 2x8 pieces of cedar. Usually it's cedar. There's some brands that are using a different wood where they're putting them in an oven and pressurizing them, and they think that it's better. I don't know. Cedar's really, really good. But the problem is it's just one piece of wood, and they're great. It's very good at insulating. It's very good at keeping the temperatures in and the temperatures out, because you're typically using a traditional heater that's overbuilt and can provide a lot of heat from the rocks, from the heaters themselves. But when we're looking at an infrared sauna, infrared saunas are built just a little bit different. They're not really designed to heat up the air like a traditional heater would. And that's a topic for another video. Matter of fact, if you're not subscribed to my channel, you should definitely do that. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel all around health and wellness products. Cold plunge and saunas take up a huge space on my channel. I'd love for you to go check out those videos. Just search David Moss Jr. and then any topic. Heaters, traditional saunas, whatever, and videos will pop up. I promise they're there. And if they're not, I have a lot of videos coming. But anyway, I digress. Back to this topic. The cool thing about the wood that we use on the outdoor saunas, right? Most of them being a cedar piece of 2x4, 2x6, or 2x8. That is great. But what happens when humidity hits that? What happens when it starts to rain or snow, or the weather gets cold and then the weather gets hot again? Well, that wood starts to move a little bit. We see that in a lot of saunas. Most every sauna that I have, there's some gapping in the wood, and that sucks. That sucks because it lets bugs in, it lets the elements in, and it doesn't seal my sauna, which sucks. Like, we don't want that. One of the things I find really, really interesting about this sauna, again, the Sun Home Luminar 5, is that they have the aerospace grade aluminum on the outside, which is completely sealed. Then there's insulation on the inside wall, and then there's wood on the inside wall. So there's zero chance of it gapping at all. There's nowhere for it to gap. All the elements are kept outside of the aerospace aluminum, and then on the inside, the heat stays retained in those walls, which is something unique. It's not something you see on really any other sauna except for infrared saunas indoors, and that technology is rare to see on an outdoor sauna, though it is really, really good. I quickly breezed over heaters, and I think heaters are super important. Obviously, for an outdoor sauna, you're gonna want something that can deliver results. The whole point to getting in the sauna in the first place is to heat up the body so that it can start all the processes that it already knows how to do to make us a little bit more resilient, help us live a little bit longer, and help us live an optimally healthy life. But when we're talking about heaters, here's something very important for you to know. When you're shopping for a sauna, say you're shopping for an outdoor sauna, barrel sauna like this. A sauna like this costs between $12,000 and $14,000. That's for just the sauna. Then there's upgrades. Like, this is the upgraded heater. The crazy thing about this heater is I had to then have an electrician bring 50 amps of dedicated power up to this balcony to hook this up. So now I have this super power hungry heater up here generating heat, but this heater is only rated to 194 degrees, which is really, really good. It's really, really hot. But for a traditional sauna with rocks that I can pour water over, I'm kind of hoping all of the heaters now are getting up to 220, 230 degrees. Not that you need it to get that hot, but just you should be able to with 50 amps, right? But I spent a lot of money on this heater, and it only generates 194 degrees of ambient temperature. There's no infrared panels penetrating my body at all in here, which, hey, to those of you watching this, you might hear that and be like, well, what's the big deal, David? Well, the big deal is there's two different types of heat. There's this traditional heat that heats up the air around us, and our body actually responds to the heat from the air from the outside in. But then you also have infrared heat, and infrared heat, there's some different infrareds, but infrared heat actually heats us up immediately from the inside. So you can generate a lot of those same responses really fast without even sweating much in the beginning. And here's where it gets a little bit nuanced, or I guess opinionated, is some people absolutely love traditional saunas. Some people absolutely love full spectrum infrared saunas. Some people like them both. But the point of this video is to point out what makes the best outdoor sauna. Well, I'm gonna say it's probably the saunas out there that are delivering the best results, the fastest, and are pulling the least amount of power. Just gonna throw that out there. Saves a little bit of money, saves a little bit of power, and it delivers results. That's a win-win. So this is a traditional heater that pulls a ton of power and doesn't deliver the best results. Let's go talk about something that I think is pretty cool. Let's take a step back in here. So this particular sauna, being an outdoor sauna that is a full spectrum infrared sauna, has multiple high output full spectrum heaters. And what's great about this is this only takes 30 amps, and I was able to get a plug plugged right into my wall, which was really inexpensive, and it comes with a plug that literally just plugs right in when I want to use it. These heaters are able to heat the sauna up to 170 degrees. 169, it just went down. 170 degrees ambient. So 170 degrees of ambient temperature from a full spectrum infrared sauna feels a lot like 210 to 220 degrees traditional. The difference is these actually heat you up much faster, almost instantly, because when you're getting in here, the radiant heat is actually penetrating your body all the way in because it's full spectrum, allowing your body to jumpstart all the responses we're looking for from our sauna sessions in the first place really, really fast. So I would definitely say that one thing I would be super interested in when I'm looking for the best outdoor sauna is something that can deliver results fast. And this right here beats most of them hands down. There is one disclaimer I do want to say. If you're someone who practices contrast therapy like me, and you like to get hot and sweaty, go cold plunge, and then get back into your sauna, definitely dry off before getting in here, because you don't want to get soaking wet inside an infrared sauna, because there are heaters on the floor and they're not really designed to be completely soaked. So just do what you want with that information. I just felt like I needed to at least say it. And I know this is probably easy for me to say. I live in Florida. We don't deal with snow. We rarely deal with freeze. We rarely deal with some of the elements that a lot of people who live up north deal with. So maybe the question is, okay, David, this is cool. Like, I see your position on this sauna. It's a good outdoor sauna. Maybe it's a great outdoor sauna. Maybe it's the best outdoor sauna to some people. But maybe the concern comes into, hey, like, I live where it is going to snow a lot. And even though all the things you're saying are great, how do I know it's gonna be able to get hot when it's negative 20 degrees outside? Well, the answer to that question is I personally don't know. I don't ever have to deal with that, but I do know people who do. And there is one really cool thing that I failed to mention, and pretty much every other sauna doesn't come with this. And that is this huge outdoor insulated cover that you can still use your sauna while it's on. So if you're somewhere in the snow, in the freeze, and it's really, really cold and you have a sauna like this is an insulated cover that goes around the entire outside of the sauna, adding one more layer of insulation and protection against snow and the elements. They even say, like, if you're experiencing like crazy rain, put this on as well. It just kind of helps protect the whole sauna. I've never actually used it, but I have it, and it is definitely a feature that I haven't gotten on any of my other saunas. So there we go. There's a little bit of a recap. Some of the things that I would look for when I'm purchasing an outdoor sauna, and some of the things that I think will make the best overall sauna experience are going to be, what is the sauna made out of? Is the sauna going to prevent the elements from getting inside? How powerful is the heater, and is it going to require a ton of my electricity just to heat up the space? And what do I do during the elements? What do I do during the freezes? What do I do during the long seasons of rain or snow? This sauna right here, which is the Sun Home Sauna Luminar 5, answers and checks the boxes on a lot of those concerns that I would have. There are so many sauna companies out there, and a lot of them reach out to me and ask me to review their product. And I have a vetting process now. For those of you who made it to this point in the video, I do have a vetting process now. I like to go through the company and see what actually drives them. Why are they in the space in the first place? Do they have any passion or desire? Are they a face of the company? Do the founders and the creators behind the company itself, do they put themselves out there, answer questions, get involved in the public? Because that makes a huge difference. Guys, we have seen so many brands that have came and grabbed cash, our cash, and then left or failed. And then what are we stuck with? We're stuck with a $10,000 product that we can't even use, and we have no support. So my vetting process is pretty simple. Do we have founders that are deeply involved in the community and deeply involved in the product that you can at least see on social media and maybe even engage with? Like, that's huge. And I can tell you, Sun Home Sauna, I have almost a daily, at least weekly conversation with Tyler, one of the founders of Sun Home Saunas. We have a great friendship. I'm very proud of the products that they're building. They do stand behind their products. If you've ever had a problem with them, and I know a few of you watching this video are gonna know someone who has, reach out to me. Follow me on Instagram, be my friend on Instagram. It's DMoss Jr. I will take your concerns and relay them to the team, and 10 out of 10 times, they're able to fix it. And if they haven't, please let me know. Like, I need to know these things. But that's it, my friends. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comments below. I answer every question that you have. Or if you have a more intimate question you want to ask me, reach out to me on Instagram. Once again, you can just DM me there. It's me. I don't have a virtual assistant or somebody responding to anything. It's just me. So ask away. Ask your questions. It's literally what I do, and I love helping you out. If you're interested in buying a sauna and you need links and discount codes to any of the saunas that I recommend, they're down in the video description. Sun Home Sauna is giving you, as a viewer, a special discount for watching this video, so make sure you check that link out in the video description as well if you're interested in this product or any of the other Sun Home Sauna products. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day, my friends, and God bless. And hey, speaking of next video, check out one of these two videos right here. I really think you'll like them. YouTube thinks you'll like them too, so click on one of them. Literally, YouTube puts these videos on the screen because of things you watch, and it's things that are on my channel, so I don't know if there's some alignment there. Go check them out. I'll see you over there.